must pinch myself because I now, as of today, know that I'm starting day 7 of the TA, and I'm quite surprised that I've actually got as far as I have, and it's only day 7. And I must be honest, by the end of every day and the start of every next day, I am feeling a little bit weary, and it became clearer to me later on in the journey that a lot of that is probably food related, but more on that later. But when I look at the day ahead of me, the Timber Trail, very well known. So many people have done it. Many people I know actually do it over 2 days, not over 1 day. And I'm wanting to do the entire Timber Trail and also then get to Whanganui. But let's look at the first part of the track, which is the Timber Trail itself. And you can see I'm starting off here just below 600 meters, going up to 1,000 meters. So I am expecting immediately to do some climbing. It's quite good after that. I've got a lot of downhills, but I can see then it doesn't let you completely rest because I've got some nice steep little climbs on the way there. The trick here is it's 70 kilometers of single track, 7 kilometers logging roads, and 3 kilometers sealed roads. So the 70 kilometers of single track, that's the bulk of it. It is like, will my relatively heavy e-bike cope on the Timber Trail all loaded up with gear and that type of stuff? I'm pretty sure it will, but exactly how tough it's going to be. If I scroll down, it's got a real nice little map here. I look at all these things. Camp Epic, I know a number of people are going to be staying over there. We've got a lot of bridges, big bridges, and Mataha Bridge and more bridges going along. Ongaroo Spiral, I know that's a Photoshop place I'm needing to take. And then from Ongaroo to Whanganui, it looks all pretty easy. Certainly when I look at this, I do want to go back with a little bit more time and take this over probably 2 days. So Ongaroo, you can see it's all relatively flat. So it's about 100 k's all. It looks quite manageable. I'm hoping it's going to be just a sensory overload and a day of almost rest and recovery for me. So let's see how the day goes.
Well, can you believe it? It's a day. I told you I was going to run out of fingers. 5 plus 1, 6 already. I didn't feel like I slept at all last night. I should have stayed in the tent instead of in the dormitory. We had mosquitoes galore, so even though we had mosquito repellent on, they were just buzzing around the whole time. And then my sleeping bag, I got it more for the South Island, so it's a little bit warm, so you can't really cover yourself with a sleeping bag. And it was actually quite hot last night. So yeah, I'm falling. I don't feel tired at the moment, but according to the numbers, I should be way behind in my sleep. It's now 7:15. I'm going to be heading off very soon. It looks like an absolutely stunning day out there. Nice and calm. I see the other cyclist that came in yesterday. He's left already. I've only got one left in my room here. He's about to head off as well. A pretty noisy start to the guys getting off this morning. Some of them seem to leave quite early. And yeah, so Whanganui, I'm going to take it quite easy through the Timber Trail. I think it's 100 k's or just over 100 k's or so. But looking forward to it. We'll be making sure I stop quite a bit and take some nice photographs and video footage and hug the trees. Anyway, see you later. Yeah, so I've just started off on the Timber Trail. I'm probably only, I don't know, 300 meters in, and already it's pretty nice. You go from an open area immediately into the forest, and really looking forward to this leg of the trip. So hopefully you enjoy it as well. Wonder why anybody would want to rush us. One of the guys was intending to leave at 4 o'clock this morning, which means the majority of the Timber Trail he would have done in the dark. And I think it serves just as a reminder that everybody does the TA for a different reason. 200-meter diversion seems worthwhile. Look at that beauty. assume they must have had a cushion on here. You certainly wouldn't want to. I wonder if it took anybody's legs off. Very slippery pedals. Oh, leg gone. Yeah, life was difficult in those days. So, have you hugged your tree today? I've just gone and hugged the tree and it felt brilliant. Only 18 kilometers into the timber trail, I passed the highest peak. Easy cycling, but just uphill and trail, like so quite slow. Here we are going down the hill from all the hills I've climbed up. Easy going, lovely forest. Every now and again like this, a bit of a break, and then it gets dense again. See, we are coming up to one of the first big swing bridges, Boggin Creek. She's goes down a way a bit. Thankfully not holding anybody up. So done 44 kilometers, 911 meters of climb. At the midpoint at the moment, and I'm going to have some John West chunky style tuna. So it's sort of my brunch. Didn't really have breakfast, but I did have a protein bar. And I'm at the Mataha Bridge. So this is the longest bridge, as well as the tallest on the timber trail. So after lunch I will be crossing it. Feels like this going is pretty slow. Yeah, it's mostly track based, a little bit of gravel as well. Can't go as fast as I'd like to in the downhills because again it feels like I'm riding a caravan, and often using the very biggest gear because you have to go pretty slowly. Anyway, I'm going to have my lunch. Oh, that's pretty impressive. Although I'm not the best one at looking at the river and riding in a straight line. Done about 10k since my lunch break. I discovered a few kilometers ago that my Garmin watch was not recording, so I'm suspecting it switched off automatically when I was having a lunch break, so a little bit disappointing with that. The camper van fits through.
So how many bridges have I gone over? I'm not 100% sure. In fact, I haven't got a clue. But looked an interesting one before I started it, so giving it a go. So I've reached Tour Aotearoa. I was going to stay with a friend, but unfortunately you never quite know exactly how long you're going to take to get to somewhere. And so Noel has made other arrangements already because I'm early. I have to go 4.5 kilometers down until I can get to the Tour Aotearoa holiday park or something like that. Unfortunately, because of the Garmin watch, I don't know how many kilometers I've done. Well, it's already the end of day 7. I've been at this for 7 days. I can't believe a week has gone by already. Today we did about, I think it was 108 or 110 through the timber trail, which I'd really been looking forward to. So really enjoyed it. Still a hard day at the office. 8 hours on the bike. I think it was a 1500 meters of climb, so still a fair amount of climbing. But 8 hours on a seat that you're working, that's a reasonable day's work. My new $35 tent from the warehouse is looking about 10 times better than the bivvy I had, so I'm testing out now.
Morning, so it is now at 5:29. Probably half an hour later than I would like to have been Saturday morning. Just putting in the navigation for the next place, and I see some raindrops have decided to join me for the ride. Just finished packing the bike. Do I put anything else on? I don't know.
So we're starting day 8, and I must say, as we look at the morning, how we start, there's a whole lot of things there which just aren't part of my bucket list. Starting early in the morning, it is raining. I've just camped over in an uncomfortable tent with no mat there as well. But I've committed to this, and I know I've got a big day ahead of me. I have been warned it's quite a tough day, so I'm making an early start. If I look now at the map, I've got 52 kilometers of gravel, 15 kilometers of sealed. So the majority of it is gravel road. And you can see here we're starting in Tour Aotearoa. So initial bit of tar, looks like some gravel and then some more tar until Whanganui. And then we do this big climb, and you can see it's all gravel. Get to Blue Duck Cafe, have some breakfast, lunch, brunch. Then we've got this big Kai Whakauka track going up the top of Trig and all the way back down until we eventually do the bridge to nowhere and then to Mangapurua landing. Now, bridge to nowhere, I'm really looking forward to going there as well. The history behind that is that's where the settlers were settled after World War I. The reality is the country was too remote and rough, and they over time all gave up their land holdings, and they built this bridge, which is the bridge to nowhere. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then so we take the jet boat over to Peperiki. If I look at the whole kilometres, we're looking at just over 100 kilometres. So and I thought I'm limited to 100 kilometres because people have told me this is a tough leg, which is also a reason why I'm starting relatively early in the morning. What could go wrong? Let's see how the day goes.
Thankfully that rain didn't last for too long, but I can see why they said this leg takes the average ride at 10 to 12 hours. It's absolutely brutal. I've done 25 k's so far. I'd say half of that's been on this gravel road. 484 meters of climb so far. It feels a lot worse than that. But very, very pretty. On my way to the first major sort of stop is Blue Duck Cafe.
Hey, well, got a little tar road again. You wouldn't believe how nice it is. It is 29 kilometers in, 600 meters of climb. It's been absolutely brutal. Gravel road, slow, biggest gear, as slow as I possibly could go, grinding my way up, absolutely exhausting. So how happy I was to see a little bit of tar, long may it last. So On my way still to Blue Duck Cafe. So we're passing through Blue Duck Station at the moment, just gone past Blue Duck Lodge. I'm hoping it's not my imagination that I remember there being a Blue Duck Cafe. I think for the last 20 kilometers I've been saying I'm sure it's around the next corner, it's the next corner. So we've reached Whakahora and aha, look at that coffee cup. That looks promising. That was a very nice stopover at Blue Duck Cafe. Had an eggs benedict and a nice large pot of tea. So I'm going to get it, I don't know, 2 or 3 cups of tea. Looks like some ancient stuff here, which is all very good. Legs are somewhat painful. The Whanganui River is down the bottom there. This is very much a farm track. Oh, there's some canoes. So I guess the canoeing starts back there. Look, they've got all their supplies on there. Very peaceful. I'm in the reserve at the moment, going on the cycle trail for quite a long way. Mostly in top gear, very narrow, quite like that, easy for me to lose my balance if I lose concentration for a moment. And narrow little bridges. Oh, I hate these bridges. I've hit my bags quite a few times. Like that one. Oh, that was a speck. And now we have to push. Just awkward with those bags on the back. It throws you off and restricts your movement. Bag dasher. Excellent. Yeah. So I'll try and borrow a phone and phone you.
Yeah.
Are you staying local tonight?
National Park,
Yeah.
by Marino.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you may not have reception or anything.
Oh no, we've got
yeah, we have
reception.
reception.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reception.
Oh no, that's a bugger.
It is a bugger. Something had to go wrong.
Yeah, your pocket's
your
still open
pocket's
though,
open
is that
too.
what it
Yeah, I know.
came out of?
That's exactly where it came out of.
Oh,
Yeah,
So is it like is it a Samsung or a?
It's a funny make.
Okay.
It's not a Samsung.
Don't worry, we'll
Yeah.
keep an eye open
black
for it.
phone.
Yep.
Black phone with a cover on it.
Okay.
And the other people that you pass are behind me. So
I opened the gate to let them through, and I suddenly noticed it was missing.
Wasn't there?
So from there
Yep.
downwards,
Yes.
I would say could be in a couple of kilometers. Like my watch tells me now, you've lost your phone.
Yep.
And I think like, when last did I actually notice? So,
We're going to take it easy going back just in case there's people coming up anyway.
Yeah.
So we'll keep a close eye.
thank you very much.
Yeah, yeah, it's all right. And your name is?
Sean.
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 All right, Sean.
Jason and
Nikki.
Husband and wife.
That's the one.
Good.
Alright, so there's no point looking here though, just where the gate.
Just where the,
From the
gate.
gate
onwards.
onwards.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
then.
Thank you.
We're good at finding phones. So
Excellent.
Yeah, I found it for you on the way.
I need an angel. Yeah, so that's a bummer. At some point, my phone has fallen out, and I think I didn't close this pouch properly. And I opened a gate to get through, and I looked down and saw, shit, where's my phone? Where's my phone? So I guess we must be getting close to the bridge to nowhere. You can clearly see here, those were all the sections for returning servicemen, 1916 to 1942. Interesting history here on the bridge to nowhere, which you can go and look up. Maybe just as well that I finished that Coke. So I think with all this bumping, it probably would have totally exploded. I went over a bump and started hearing funny noises. Maybe that just needs tightening. Aha! That's gone wonky again. Too many bumpy bumps. So 99 kilometers so far, 1,900 meters of climb, 1,929 of down, so virtually cancelled out. So I only turned the camera off for about a minute, then I came to this little bridge. Lift bike, push bike along on rear wheels. They've got no idea. There she goes. Let's get all the seeds up. Come on, baby. Made it. So this is the at least the third one of these awkward to get over little bridges. That looks beautiful down there. Really special. It's a bit of a wrestle. And what I'm going to do while I'm waiting, let me go in the shade, is oil the chain, because it's been starting to talk to me in a mouse type way. The bridge to nowhere. Met up with our same friends just at the end here. Going through all those little bridges is really slow. Hiya. Enjoy your trip back.
Yeah.
Yeah, back up the hill now.
How's your battery going?
It's doing a bit better now. I'm at 84%, so
Oh, that's good.
yeah, I dumped the spare one up the top and I'll pick it up on the way back. Hid it in the trig up there.
Next to my phone.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Some of this is no, it's right. I was trying to overcompensate. Looks alright still.
Are we on camera?
Probably. Oh, I see a jet boat. Oh yeah. So, made it to the head of the jet boat with
It's a small world, isn't it? Yeah.
probably 45 minutes to spare and getting on the early one. Well, this battery's about to run out, so I've been chasing it. It's the 61 kilometers, another 1,000 meters since I left. We dropped off for the jet boat, had a nice hamburger. The countryside is looking stunning. From memory, the map said it was 70 or 75 k's from there to Whanganui, so another 10 k's or so, I hope. I was trying to get, really putting it stick. I'll look at the figures in a few days' time when I can download it, but trying to beat the sun. But just look at that, pretty as a picture.
Well, it's easy to wake up the next morning to say what happened the day before, and sort of makes more sense. But yesterday was a complete stuffer. I lost my phone on the Mangapura trig, which really disrupted everything. The map that you're, the plan that you're looking at the moment, that is on my phone, so I've now got nothing to go according to besides my Wahoo navigation, which is continually playing up. I'm not sure why it's playing up. So I made the decision that once I got to Pipiriki, the campsite there, which I was really looking forward to, it's got such a good reputation, 5-star ratings from all the TA riders for its food and accommodation and that type of stuff. But I got there at a reasonable time. I think it was like 4 o'clock, so I thought, oh, I've still got some hours left. I wonder if I can make it to Whanganui. I had been using my battery very conservatively as well, despite the fact that yesterday was pretty rough, and I did have a second battery available if I'm needing to use it. So I made the decision to push on. So when I make the decision, you can see here, Pipiriki to Whanganui, and I knew already because I'd looked at this before, that this is relatively easy going. You can see 70 kilometers of sealed roads, which is good, 1 kilometer gravel, 4 kilometer cycle path. So you can see it's up and down, up and down, up and down. I do know also I'm passing through Jerusalem. Who knew Jerusalem was there? But I do remember that there is some accommodation options around there. So if I make this decision to go off and in the first sort of 10Ks, I think, oh, I made a mistake, I can at least pull the plug and find some accommodation. But anyway, I made the decision to go all the way through, and look at this nasty little climb up here. So if I add the 75 kilometers on top of this, yesterday turned out to be a really, really, really big day. Anyway, I've now ended up in Whanganui. I took ages trying to find some accommodation. I went to about 4 or 5 different motels, and they were all booked and booked and booked, and eventually I stayed in this real dodgy place in the centre of Whanganui. Tell you, one of these old hotels that have been around since Moby Dick was a tadpole, had never been upgraded, probably battling to survive financially. Anyway, I stayed there, managed to charge the battery, made sure I charged the Wahoo again completely, and I set off again, setting off from Whanganui to Hunterville. And again, I haven't got this map to look at anymore now, so I'm really going in the dark. I just know I have to go in this direction, and I'm following my little Wahoo, which is like a little screen as big as that, and I set off. And you can see here we've got the elevator. At this stage in the morning, because I didn't have this manual, I had completely forgotten about this elevator, but afterwards it made sense, and I was thinking, I want to do this one day, because it is quite an iconic thing, and it's also one of the photo control points that I'd completely forgotten about because I didn't have the manual. But by and large, you can see here we've got mostly sealed roads here, and it looks like it's climbing, but it's manageable. So 60 kilometers over there, and then Hunterville to Rangewhahia, and again you can see we've got this up and down, and some more steep climbing over here. So that's about 90 kilometers if I'm adding that up roughly in my head correctly. And I know for sure here, as you go up here, it's quite steep, it's quite heavy climbing, it's probably getting quite hot in the day, so I should be a little bit worried about this. Not that I knew, because I didn't have this map in front of me. And then Rangewhahia to Apiti, 23 kilometers of road. And again, I remember looking at this map a few days before, and I think I just don't know where I can stop. I don't know where I can stop because I have to charge. I was really, really uncertain about this leg and how far I could go and where I could charge. So Apiti, no expectations there, but it does look like a bit of downhill. And then like, where do I go from here? From here, it then looks Apiti to Ashurst. Ashurst, I know that name, so I'm pretty sure I can charge there. But look here, we've got 19 kilometers predominantly down, which is good, but 35 kilometers of gravel roads. I wonder where those gravel roads are. It's good that it's going down, but I don't like these gravel roads after such a long ride. So I've got a day ahead of me with some uncertainty, because I just don't have this map and this manual that you're looking at the moment in front of you. I don't have a phone at the moment, so I've got no proper communication, and I'm going to be relying 100% on my Wahoo, which has not been a saint up until now. So let's see how the day goes.
So that was a long day yesterday. Made it into Whanganui just as the sun was starting to get down, so I still had a bit of light. By the time I got into the city, it was dark, without any navigation at all in terms of where I was going. It was a little bit tricky, so I stopped off the 3 motels, all fully booked. I eventually got into town and found this old hotel, Whanganui, I don't know, historic hotel or something. Typical, really old-fashioned, rundown place. So they said, oh, the TV doesn't work in the room, they'll give it to me $100, cheap price. The toilet sort of doesn't really work properly either. Yeah, it's pretty run down. The windows don't look like they've been washed for about 10 years. I do see there's a cafe across there. I'll try it out for breakfast if it opens, but everything looks pretty close, and I guess being Sunday morning. Anyway, body is naked. My watch is telling me, Sean, don't do anything, rest, rest, rest. In fact, the message yesterday was acute something. Acute over-exertion, I think it was. Still charging. so that's forcing some rest. Anyway, I'm gonna go make a hot chocolate now.
Morning everybody. So we missed the elevator because they only open up at apparently 10 o'clock on Sunday, and I was halfway up the hill when I was trying to get directions. Came down the hill, and I met up with my old riding buddy here, Klaus. So just leaving Whanganui now. Oiled the chain. Apparently it's 200 k's to Palmerston North, so it was a late start. It doesn't look like we're going to do it in one day. So yeah, probably an overnight somewhere. We'll see how that goes. Legs are at the moment feeling alright, but certainly as I took off this morning, very painful. So 23 kilometers out of Whanganui. Been a lovely flat, easy cycle. Nice lifestyle butchie has been lovely agricultural, big farmlands, but here you can see now we are getting more into the hilly country. So nice downhill. Look at that beautiful countryside. It's 58 kilometers so far. So Klaus pulled off on the side of the road for a pedal break at about 25 k's, and so I kept on going just slowly, thinking it'd catch me up in a few kilometers, and he hasn't. Not sure why. Up until then the terrain was undulating nicely. Thereafter it's been more up and down, with strips of undulation in between. It could be that the dynamics of the e-bike really are so different to the non-e-bike. It could also be that he likes to cycle by himself, which I can understand, because to be honest, I think I prefer cycling by myself as well, and just ride at your own pace. Coming into Hunterville now, having a look for a coffee shop. So, not many shops seem to be open in Hunterville today. It stopped off at coffee and sweets and chips and nachos and hot dogs, and doesn't actually say the name of the shop. Pretty nice guy in there. He's into his music, so he's got a huge amount of old music systems up there. Really nice. So this time when I stopped for a wee, oh no, it's alright. I waited. We are now 81 kilometers in total. Probably, I'm not sure, about 10 or so since Hunterville on the gravel road and climbing up and up. As a result of which you can see lovely views. Beautiful views. So where was that? Oh shit. Now 100 kilometers. We fixed the puncture for my teammate. Took about half an hour. Oh, we got some other cyclists. I wonder if they're part of it too. Going strong?
Right, yeah, get in there.
Yeah, so we fixed the puncture. Just about to put the wheel back on, and he realised he was still losing air. I couldn't wait any longer. I had been relying on his navigation But since we had the coffee break at Hunterville, was it? I put my Wahoo back onto the power bank to charge up, and now it's working at the moment. Since the last little clip, we still haven't come to the top of this climbing. It is a mammoth hill, and you get to the top and sometimes there's a little reprieve. You go down just to find out that there's another hill afterwards. Ever optimistic that we're nearly at the top. So let me raise the camera. Oh, look at those views. I could almost be in an aeroplane, I'm so high at the moment. Well, this Wahoo is really playing it. I have to look ahead and think, and it doesn't show you much distance ahead of you, but I'm pretty sure it said turn off, and before I got to the turn off it went out again, and it says the battery's low, which is not low, so I know if I'm on the right route. Real pain in the butt. Let's see if it squawks to me and figure out if I'm wasting my time going down this road. Still travelling pretty much by myself, 125 kilometers, 1,900 meters at a time, on my way to Ashurst. Lots of climbing, but now some downhill. Sorry doggy. Well, I must be on the right route, because I've just went past the sign that says Cyprus fresh water here. So my bladder is just about empty. I'm going to follow it up because I don't know how far until the next one. That's amazing. As I stopped, it was telling me to go left, and then it was telling me to right, and now it's telling me to go straight. So I stopped off in the Uppity Tavern and Eatery. I'm glad I did. Really nice meal. I had a pasta with some lovely salad, which I'm been desperate for some salad. It was really good. Klaus came in about 10 minutes or so after I've been here, which is good. And we met one other TA, so they've all gone now. Klaus is cycling on his merry way until as far as he can get. The other guy is going to the local camping site, which is about 1.5 k's from here. I'm going to take a rescue shot. I'm not exactly sure what time it is, but there's probably 2 hours of sun left still. Ashurst is the next place, which is 50 k's away. That's too far for me to get to. So I'm just going to take a chance that I'll find something en route where I can just park off with a tent. So again, not entirely sure if I'm on the right route. Even though I got my GPS on and I've put in the map, it won't tell me, it won't show me where to go. And I'm at an intersection here, and it says fielding left. I want to go to Ashurst. I think that is the right route. But there's a guy on a motorbike, maybe he knows. So let me ride up to them and have a yawn. Hey mate, can I get your help?
Oh yeah.
My navigation's gone to shit.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, so nothing at the moment is working.
Where are you going?
Ashurst, is that the direction?
You will get to Ashurst this way, yeah. Yep.
It doesn't look like much option. I've got left or right.
Okay. Yeah. Where have you come from? Uppity.
Uppity.
Oh yeah. Yeah. If you carry on down this road, there is a road that goes to Ashurst.
Okay.
Don't know the name of it. I can find it.
Ultimately, it's Palmerston North.
Yeah. Well, if you stay on this road, it'll get you to Fielding.
Yeah. And where's Fielding in relation to?
Okay. So we're roughly here. Well, you're just out of Kimbolton actually.
Okay.
So if you just stay on this road, that'll get you to Fielding.
Yeah.
And then you can go, there's Palmerston North basically straight
Gotcha.
across.
Okay.
Funny Hill Road, that'll get you over to Ashurst.
Okay. No, that's fine. If I go to Fielding, Palmerston North, that'll make sense as well. Ultimately, I want to get to Palmerston North.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably best to just carry on down this road.
I think I'm on a different route to what I should be. So I'm doing the Tour Aotearoa, but I say all my navigation's gone, and I lost my phone yesterday, so it's like,
Oh, really?
yeah, tough day.
Bloody hell.
Well, I've been pretty lucky. All the climbing I did this morning resulted in a huge amount of just gentle downhill. So I don't know how long, quite a long time, 20 minutes maybe 25 minutes. I've been averaging 30-35 k's an hour. Just gone through a nice strange little town, I forget the name, and I see it says Fielding 13 kilometers. So since then I've done another 3 or so, I don't know, another 10 k's or so until Fielding. And I think Palmerston North was only 22 kilometers from Fielding. So hopefully find some accommodation in Fielding, because as you can see it's getting pretty dark, and then I can make a reasonable start tomorrow morning.